Discipline is one of those words that doesn't always make us feel warm and fuzzy. In fact, if you lived during the Middle Ages, it often meant to punish or flagellate yourself as an act of penance for your sins. Not a pleasant thought. But it originated from the word discipulus, which is the Latin word for pupil, someone who wants to receive instruction and knowledge to help them find success. So if you want to learn how to be more successful, then stay tuned as we learn what needs to be done to acquire the virtue of discipline. Here's the definition of discipline that I'd like to use. The virtue of discipline means that you routinely follow a course of training or instruction in order to achieve your goals. You have self-control, which allows you to act instead of react. You push yourself to get things done in an orderly and professional way. With discipline, you take charge of yourself. Sounds great, doesn't it? But to acquire more of this virtue, we need to do 6 things. The reading assignments go into more detail about each of those 6 things, but let me give you a little preview of what you can expect. First, you need to increase your willpower. Willpower is that unseen but vital mental force that compels us to do something or not do something. It gives us the strength to endure to the end, to execute our plans, and to fulfill our potential. Second, you need to control your reactions, especially when your hot buttons are being pushed repeatedly. This section will explain how to stop ourselves from losing control. Third, you need to overcome weaknesses. We all have a set of attitudes and behaviors that aren't exactly worthy of praise. These are the things we think or do that reveal our flaws, failures, and imperfections. This section will reveal why weaknesses are actually good for us and how we can overcome them. Fourth, you need to develop strengths. After identifying your own weaknesses, the next thing you need to do is to start transforming them into strengths. So, how do we go about this metamorphosis and transform ourselves from a sluggish caterpillar into a soaring butterfly? Read this section to find out. Fifth, you need to motivate yourself. We must figure out how to keep gas in our motivational tank. Otherwise, when we face uphill challenges, we might start to roll backwards and crash into something. We'll explore how understanding our temperament reveals the secret to self-motivation. And sixth, you need to remove obstacles. One of the obstacles that we'll talk about is learning how to sacrifice something we want now for something we may or may not achieve later. But there are also many other obstacles that get in our way, and we'll figure out how to identify them and then go around them. If you have discipline, you will find success. Discipline is what makes you do everything you need to do to accomplish your goals. In fact, it is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Most of us don't mind doing what we ought to do if it doesn't conflict with what we want to do. But if it does conflict, that is where discipline and maturity kick in. If we do not discipline ourselves, society will step in and do it for us. Not necessarily a desirable experience. Are you ready to start acquiring more discipline? Then let's get started right now. In fact, if you do it right now, you will have taken the first step and are already on your way. See you down the path.